of the different indicators and scanner type products that we've made over the past few years, I mean, CoPilot really stands out to me because this is truly, I think I can safely say and speak for our team here, it is definitely one of our, if not our favorite one that we've made. I mean, it had great back testing. It tested out very great over the historical data, but also once we started implementing it, we, you personally, myself, Blane, other members of our team, have had a lot of great success actually using this ourselves, because it really does, whether you're looking at, stocks, ETFs, heck, you can even use this, to chart out and identify entry points for cryptos or, whatever it might be. If it's a commodity chart you want to look at, whatever you want to look at, add CoPilot to it to analyze it. It really helps you pick out what are the best opportunities out there in the market for a bullish opportunity. So with that, I put together a little quick slide deck, folks, just giving you kind of the basic nuts and bolts of just what the CoPilot trading tools, this is going to be the indicator and the scanner portion of this as well, what it kind of does and what you'll get with this. So let's go ahead and just hop right into just the overview of the indicator. So Chuck's CoPilot is a technical analysis system that utilizes various technical indicators which all work together simultaneously in the background. You don't see all this happening, but it's working there in the background for you. And it's doing all this with the goal of identifying the top shorter-term bullish trading opportunities in the market. And better yet, CoPilot is a fully automated trading indicator and scanner tool. So meaning, once you press go, CoPilot is going to do all of the work for you. So just a quick overview of exactly how this works. The CoPilot indicator, it's similar to Chuck's traditional power trend system, but as he said, we've worked on things, tweaked things over the years, made slight adjustments here or there, so it's not exactly the same, but works similarly. So in order for a stock to be on a buy signal according to CoPilot, the stock does have to be trading above its 200-day simple moving average, as well as trading above the 35-day exponential moving average. Now, also, it's going to be using the Keltner channels within the system to find stocks that have pulled back below the upper Keltner channel and are currently trading above the middle Keltner channel to help confirm the resumption of the underlying bull run on the day of that buy signal. Now, on top of all that, there's also actually two additional studies that are built into the CoPilot indicator as well. So the first of these is going to be your buying pressure study, and then secondly, you're going to have your trend confirmation study. So we're going to say a little bit more about these in just a second. So as you can see on your screen right here, this snapshot over here on the right-hand side, this is actually what the CoPilot indicator looks like. So this is a snapshot. This is from within Thinkorswim of how it appears in there. And so you can see here's the CoPilot indicator and the two lower indicators. Now, highlighted in the upper part of the chart, it's boxed in bright green right here in this bright green box. This is actually the main CoPilot indicator. And so when you pull this up, the CoPilot buy signals that are generated by this indicator, they're going to be indicated on the CoPilot indicator chart with the green arrow that's going to be located underneath of the candle on the actual buy signal day. So you can see a green arrow here, one there, and I've actually got one circled here showing you that green arrow indicating there was a CoPilot buy signal identified for Netflix on that trading day. Now, on the day of the buy signal, there are going to be two profit targets and one stop loss that the system is going to automatically generate for that trade for you. And so, those are going to be represented on the chart, as you can see here, with these two green dots. So you're going to see your first profit target and your second profit target are going to be indicated by these two green dots above the candle. And then here is your stop loss for that buy signal right here, which is going to be indicated by the red dot down below. Now, these profit targets and stop loss, these are calculated individually to that specific buy signal for that stock, and they're done using a derivative of each stock's average true range, or ATR. So these are not just picked kind of out of the air randomly. They're actually personalized to each individual buy signal that CoPilot identifies. Now, moving on into the two lower studies that are included in the CoPilot system, as I mentioned earlier. The first one is going to be the buying pressure lower study. So that's going to be shown, it's actually the middle chart you see right here. It's boxed in green. And why we include this on here is because we like to use both of these lower studies as secondary trend strength confirmation. So once we get a buy signal, these additional studies are how we filter through them to determine which buy signals on any given day are actually the strongest. So you can see that's what we're trying to identify with these different size bars right here. So the strongest buy signal any given day, it's going to have the strongest buying pressure, and you can see that the different bars on this buying pressure chart here are indicated by bright green, so that's the tallest bars indicating the stocks with the strongest buying pressure. They're going to have the tallest bars, and they're also going to be indicated, they're color-coded, showing a brighter green bar. We're also going to have a dark green bar, which is indicating, not the best, but still solid buying pressure. We're going to have this yellow to orange candle right here. That's moderate. It's still okay. We would consider it, but it's also not the best buying pressure. And then, of course, when you see red and a really short candle, that's going to indicate that the stock, while there may be a buy signal on that day, if you look here, we have a tall green bar, so that's really solid. But if we had a red bar there, even if we had a buy signal, say, on this day right here, it would not be among the strongest of buy signals that day. And, keep in mind, on any given day, depending on, if you're scanning an index, say the S&P 500 or the Russell 1000, whatever group of stocks you're actually running the CoPilot scan on, there could be 5, 10, or even many more CoPilot buy signals. So that's why these lower studies really come in to help you, weed through, the less desirable buy signals and get to truly the best ones that have been generated for that day. So it can help you pick the strongest buy signal on any given day. Now, the stock with the highest buying pressure value has the closest distance between the close and the high. So meaning the stock with the highest buying pressure value on any given day is one of the strongest buy signals on that day. Now, as I mentioned, there's another lower study as well, which is this very bottom chart down here. So this second lower study, this is going to be the CoPilot trend indicator, and this is more of a momentum indicator for the underlying trend in the stock. And again, we also use this as a secondary strength confirmation indicator as well. Now, what you're seeing in this chart right here, this is using a combination of different term EMAs. So it's looking at a shorter term and a longer term, or excuse me, not EMAs, but MACDs. So it's looking at MACD lines. So what you see here is you're going to be looking at one shorter term MACD and one longer term MACD. And the shorter term MACD, as you can see illustrated on the chart here, is going to be the line that is outlined. It's kind of bolded, the line there. So it's this one right here. This is our shorter term MACD. And then the second one we're looking at, the longer term MACD, is the line that is not outlined or bolded. So you can see that one a little bit lower right there. Now, on the day of a CoPilot buy signal, what we want to see using this CoPilot indicator is we want to see that the shorter term MACD is just trading above the longer term. Now, ideally, they're both in that relationship with the shorter term, trading above the longer term, and they're both above our zero line right here. So we would see both are in the green down here, also while maintaining the shorter term above the longer term. But at bare minimum, we just like to see the shorter term trading above the long term, which would confirm the strength and validity of that buy signal. Now, all that to be said, we're going to talk now about how we like to use the CoPilot buy signal scanner, which is another aspect of the CoPilot trading suite of tools. So, we have the indicator that we just touched on, but there's also a scanner portion, which has a ton of value to it as well, because, you can use the indicator to pull up any stock chart or crypto or ETF or whatever you want to look at to see if there's a buy signal on that day. But it's very helpful to have a scanner that automatically runs through any pool of stocks you want it to, and automatically return to you which ones are meeting the CoPilot buy signal criteria on any given day. So when our team is using this, Chuck and myself and Helene and others on our team, we generally like to look to scan either the S&P 500 or Russell 1000 indexes. And we do this because generally most often these are going to have the stocks that are going to have the most liquid options, which is how we like to actually trade these CoPilot signals, is utilizing options to trade them. And keep in mind, when you scan a larger index like the S&P 500 or Russell 1000, this could very easily return several or many buy signals on any given day. So that's truly where those secondary trend confirmation charts really come into play to really help you out. So this right here is actually a snapshot, again, within Thinkorswim, of what the CoPilot scanner looks like. So you can see here is the list of the stocks. This was actually taken just yesterday, so this is a pretty fresh list. You can see JP Morgan, you can see Capital One, Booking Holdings, Google, Goldman Sachs. So a handful of different stocks that were pulled up yesterday. So these were scanning the Russell 1000 index. These are the ones that pulled up. You can see there actually were 41 signals near the close yesterday. Now, when we pull this up, we actually have built into the scanner as well that the buying pressure chart that we showed you that is measuring each stock's buying pressure on any given trading day. Well, we also have that built in to show up in your scanner as well. So you can order your list, you can sort it via that buying pressure list. So you can put the strongest buy signals with the highest buying pressure towards the top of your list. And you can see right here, JP Morgan Chase had a buying pressure of 0.97. Just idea how the scale works. It goes from 1 all the way down to 0. So the closer to 1, the higher the buying pressure. You can see very strong buying pressure there for JP Morgan Chase yesterday. And so that would be the first buy signal that we would look at as of yesterday to see, okay, we have our CoPilot buy signal that is picked up on. We have really good buying pressure. Then we would go ahead and consult the CoPilot trend indicator chart on the very bottom just to see if we were seeing that shorter-term MACD trading above that longer-term MACD, just to verify that that is indeed the strongest buy signal of the day. So now that you've seen kind of just a brief overview of how that works, I just want to briefly touch on also how we look to trade these CoPilot signals. So as I mentioned earlier, CoPilot is specifically designed to target bullish setups across the market, and our team's preferred method of trading these signals is by utilizing call options. Now, we like to identify the top trade pick amongst the CoPilot buys on any given day and then select a call option to purchase to trade that signal. Now, how we do this is selecting the different call options. We generally will consider option expirations that are about 4 to 8 weeks out from the present, and these can be either weekly or monthly option expirations, just depending on availability. Some stocks have weeklies, some stocks only have the monthly options, but we're considering expirations that are between somewhere 4 and 8 weeks out. We're only considering in-the-money call options only, and for how we like to trade these CoPilot signals, we're generally only looking slightly in the money. Of course, this is also pending contract availability. Some stocks don't have all that many options available, but we're generally looking for slightly in the money call options to trade with these. And also we look to generally purchase multiple contracts as a part of our positions for trading these. Now, as John mentioned, you will have the ability to get access to the CoPilot trading tool yourself. And it's currently available on these 2 platforms right here. So you saw the snapshots I featured earlier. It's currently on Thinkorswim, and that's going to be the indicator and the scanner. But we also do offer the indicator on TradingView. We would put the scanner on there as well. But for TradingView, they don't have scanner capabilities, but they have great charting software, and you can also so you can use the indicator portion of CoPilot there as well. So it is available on those 2 platforms. So with that, John, I figured it'd be great to do a quick live demo of CoPilot. I have it pulled up here in the background, so I'll go ahead and hop off of this slide deck here and just pull up my CoPilot in Thinkorswim, just so folks can actually see what it looks like right here. So you can see I've got my scan. I ran a scan earlier just before we hopped on. I wanted to see what some of the best looking setups were across the market. So I'll hit my scan button there to refresh this, and give me just a second here, and there you go. So you can see it just pulled back the scan. So I have it set to scan the Russell 1000 index right here. Again, you can scan various different baskets of stocks, but scanning that, you can see we have 22 buy signals that have come back today, so a handful of different ones. And just to move on to look at the chart right here, so let's just go ahead and look through and see which ones of these buy signals look the best. So we can see News Corp, we do have a buy signal, really strong buying pressure, but we don't quite see, we do have the shorter term MACD trading above the longer term, but they are still in the red, so we probably can do a little bit better than that. So let's just keep going down this list just to see briefly just which buy signal might be the best looking one here. Let's see if we have one. I know we had one earlier, but I think the price may have changed a little bit.
The look good, Blane.
Oh yeah. This one's solid. They're both green down here. We still do have the shorter term below the longer term, but we do have a great looking buying pressure bar here. So really solid buying pressure in Roku, and we do have them both green down here. So this is absolutely a buy signal that we would consider. We do have positive trends on both the MACDs. It looks like the short-term MACD is ramping up, so probably going to have a crossover there as well here pretty soon. But yeah, that's a really solid-looking buy signal right there that CoPilot has been able to identify. So certainly one that we'll probably be considering here, with how those charts are looking. So John, that was just about everything I was going to touch on. I just want to do a brief overview of CoPilot. Just so folks can kind of see it in action and see exactly what it looks like and what it's doing.